Tonight, there are unanswered questions in the hanging of a Delta State University student. Good evening. I'm Megan West.
And I'm Troy Johnson. A 21-year-old found hung in a tree on campus early this morning. That body found around 7 o'clock by a faculty member. The discovery led to all classes being canceled. The family of the victim, Trey Reed, described him as a quiet, light, sweet and well-mannered person. They are asking for prayers tonight as Delta State students react to the unsettling news of his death. Authorities say the body of 21-year-old DeMartavian Trey Reed was found hanged from a tree by a faculty member near the pickleball courts. Word spread quickly throughout the Cleveland campus, leaving students and others concerned and worried.
Well, because I am a Black student, hearing that happened to another Black student, it really made me feel it's make me feel unsafe.
I do have to walk to class, and I like to go walk on the track, and it would be happy to know like what happened.
Delta State University Police Chief Michael Peeler says investigators found no evidence of foul play.
But pending an investigation, further investigation, and also from the medical examiner's office, we won't have more information until that part has been done.
And members of Reed's family are insisting on a thorough investigation.
Please, 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 please do your research on this. Do not let them sweep nothing else under the rug. Enough is enough.
DSU police requested assistance from the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, Bolivar County Sheriff's Office, and Cleveland Police Department. Meantime, students hope they can get answers about Monday's shocking and unsettling discovery.
I'm a nursing student. I have to walk early mornings or wherever the case may be. So it's just about just knowing what happened and knowing
how to move on campus. You know, continue try to be out and be seen and be noticed, or if it's probably safer to stay in your room, and you know, like we just need to know how to move. Or do we need to go home?
Well, no schools in the area were put on lockdown. Police say there is no ongoing threat to campus safety at Delta State.
So peace and blessings, family, peace and blessings. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Unfortunately, just had to bring this information out to you, family. And thank you for the correction. I had Mississippi State University, but it is Delta State University. Thanks for that correction. So, hey, family, just wanted to bring this out to you, and also probably just correct a few things that's out there in social media. It looks like this story broke yesterday, and on social media and mainstream media have two different narratives. Of course, mainstream media, they're getting their information from the police chief, and so according to the police chief, they say that there's no foul play involved, or they don't believe it's any foul play involved. They believe it is a self-inflicted hanging. Maybe we don't know. Of course, they're still investigating, but I just wanted to show you a couple of things. One is, let me see if I can bring this up, family. Hang on. May have to remove this one from stage. Add this one to the stage. Let's see. All right. Then let me do. Okay, let's do it this way. All right. So hopefully you can see the screen. So this just wanted to share with you the. This is the press, the news report. You can see it, Mississippi Free Press. Delta State University student's body found hanging in a tree. It says no foul play suspected. Of course, we have raised eyebrows whenever we see stuff like that, because, how can somebody hang themselves? But they're saying that it was a suicide, so to speak. And this is the gentleman's name is Trey Reed. I guess Trey is his nickname, 21 years old. And it says he was found in let's see, it says hanging from a tree in the middle of campus on Monday morning. His death set off a wave of mournings across the university and prompted the cancellation of the centennial events for the 100-year institution. And so this is Delta State University again. Apologize for the mistype there as far as like the name, but it says held a press event Monday afternoon, announcing that no foul play is currently suspected in Reed's death and no threats to the campus exist. So just wanted to put this out in front of you, family, in case you saw this circulating on social media. On social media, I think for the most part, you don't really hear the narrative of suicide, but it may be a little bit too early to draw any conclusions. So to that end, the fact that they're saying that there's no threats to campus in light of the threats that were given to all the HBCUs. Now, this is not an HBCU as far as I could tell. The Delta State University, this is not an HBCU. However, the city itself, of course, it is Mississippi, right? It is Mississippi, and let's see, I believe this should be the correct city. It's called Grenada, Mississippi. Of course, Grenada is also a city in Spain for the Spanish and Portuguese Israelites. So just found that odd that this occurred in Grenada, a place called Grenada, Mississippi, but just something interesting there. But yeah, just wanted to bring, again, just going to make this short and sweet, family. Don't want to keep you too long, but just want to bring this in front of you just to let you know that there are two narratives that's circulating out there. One is that this was a suicide, so to speak, and that he hung himself. And then on social media, there's a narrative that his arms were broken and he was bruised and battered and he was hung by somebody else. And the truth, as far as which one is true or not, I think it still remains to be seen. So just, we'll just wait and follow this one closely, family, to see, how this one shakes out. And we'll, of course, also do our own due diligence and investigation just to make sure that, that this isn't a crime that was swept under the rug, so to speak. So that's it, family. And let me just play the rest of this clip. This is just the rest of this news clip for explaining what happened.
Safety at Delta State. Officials have released the identity of a student who was found on a campus hanging from a tree this morning. Campus officials and police made the announcement just a couple of hours ago in a news conference. 16 WAPT's Ross Adams live in the studio this afternoon. He's been following the story at Delta State all day. Ross, what are investigators saying?
Well, Troy, we are just hours into the investigation of this disturbing discovery on the Cleveland campus. Now, here is what we know right now. According to the Delta State Police Chief, they got a call around 7 o'clock Monday morning. First officers on the scene found the body of 21-year-old DeMartravion Trey Reed. He was hanging from a tree near the pickleball court that's in the central part of the campus. Reed is a Delta State student from Grenada. Now, there is already rampant social media speculation about what happened to Reed. At this point, investigators say there is no evidence of foul play.
But we, of course, again, with our partners, we've investigated every avenue, and again, we continue to investigate.
The university has contacted the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, Cleveland Police Department, and the Bolivar County Sheriff's Office to assist them in the investigation. Today was supposed to be a happy day on the Delta State campus, celebrating its 100th anniversary. Instead, they are mourning the loss of this student. Classes were canceled Monday, and it's unclear if they will resume on Tuesday. Back to you, Troy.
All right, and great questions in the chat, Sister Dotson. You said, how did he get up there? Exactly. How did he get up there in the tree? Hangings is just kind of one of those things, family, where there's a strong history when it comes to Black folks and hanging, especially in Mississippi. So they have, in our mind, they have a lot to prove that it was not foul play. So we'll wait and follow this one, family. Again, just for the benefit of those that are just joining late, just let you know that there are two narratives that's out there. The one that's being pushed by the police chief and also mainstream media is that they don't think there is any foul play. They don't necessarily use the word suicide, but they're alluding to this being a suicide, which, of course, when it comes to hangings on trees, Black folks are like, yeah, right. And then, of course, there's social media. On social media, the narrative out there is that this was foul play. His arms were broken. He was bruised and battered, and he was hung on a tree. And of course, if those things were true, then of course, this definitely points to foul play. So that's it, family. Sorry to start off your morning with that bit of bad news. This was something that happened yesterday, and someone did bring this up to my attention. So I just want to make sure put this out in front of you in light or in lieu of all the the threats and stuff that kind of went out yesterday, especially with the Charlie Kirk, and then this crazy association with black HBCUs with Charlie Kirk. I mean, it's just ridiculous, family, that folks would somehow make a connection and put threats against HBCUs that had absolutely nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. So anyway, but yeah, just food for thought. We'll come back around to this. We'll watch this one, family, and we'll see how this one shakes out. Well, love you, family. Enjoy the rest of your morning, the rest of your day, and we will come back a little bit later on. Love you, Miss Picard. Shalom, shalom.